It started.
Shine your light for the world to see. My hubby said, shine your light on the world. Shine your light for the world to see. Almost like my demon said, shine your light on the world. Shine your light for the world to see. My elder said, shine your light on the world. Shine your light for the world to see. Almost like people to be free.
Yeah, what's good with y'all, man? How you doing? It's your boy J.O. Here with a few of my friends, back with another episode. Like always, we just want to say we appreciate y'all for comment, subscribe, all that, share that. Hope y'all are having a great December. Again, shout out to all the Sagittarius out there. Stand up. All the Capricorns, all that good stuff. All that, whatever that is. Whatever that
Aquarius.
stuff is. But
yeah, Aquarius.
Aquarius in the building. Them winter months. Yes, sir. But what's good, Adrian? Holla at me, man.
Hey, you know, man, it's Wednesday. Got my boy Modera behind me. You know, doing something different this week. You know, so the dude, I see you got are those air rays behind you? What's that? I can't see them.
Oh, you know, a little something.
Okay.
Hold on.
I like them.
Outdoor use only. Real recognized real. You know what I'm saying?
You know, I'm dodging this quarantine, man, trying to make it out this first semester of school. So,
man,
finish strong.
Out here. Mayweather on
terrible. Oh, you sneeze?
Yeah. Straight up dangerous.
Man.
No, I'm Chris, good. I'm good. You, man?
Hey, what's up, fellas? You know, I'm just checking in. I just got the fresh hairdo done, man. So I'm feeling so fresh and so good. You know,
man, every time I come on here, you got a fresh you know what I'm saying, a fresh twist up, man.
Not every time, you know, I'm on a budget, you know, but I am growing my beard out. I'm gonna see how long it gets. I'm trying to catch some of my boys on the show, so you know, it should be another beard great night. So I'm trying to
beard gang.
Come join the beard gang, man. Come join the beard gang, man.
Yeah, I'm trying to catch Gabino G. You know, that's who I'm trying to catch.
You got a ways,
Osama.
You got a ways.
Do we have to bleep that? Can we say that? His true nickname? Can we say his true nickname? I don't know. Do we have to bleep that now? I don't know. I don't know. Gabino G, what's good, man? Holla at me.
Man, you know,
Russ is our cousin, right? You know, Russ is our kinfolk, right?
Bro, hey.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
In Russ I trust. In Russ I trust.
Right, hey, that's the truth. That man, the truth. He gonna bring Seattle back. He gonna get them right. Let Russ cook. That's what they need to do.
Let him cook. That's it.
That's all I need to do. Let that man go to work. I mean, not like them Cowboys, but we gonna keep going on. I'm here to lose, just living one day at a time. It's all right, Jeremy. Yeah. You know, just happy to be with y'all. Blessed.
Jeremy,
Lamar Jackson behind you. Watch out. Oh, no, I'm sorry.
Respond to this dude, man. Respond to this dude, Jeremy. Man, what up, man? How you doing, man?
I mean, y'all know how it is. I mean, y'all saw the game. Ain't a whole lot to talk about.
Is anybody shocked?
We buns.
At this point,
we got took last night. So
hey, listen, they were playing like Gavin was on the sticks. That's what it looked like. It looked bad.
Hey, why did Lee put that on the last pod? Y'all gotta go check that out if you haven't seen the last pod. Man.
70 burger.
Lee killing me. You know, I believe he had his computer assistance on when it started out.
Is that what it was?
That's what it was.
He's not here to defend himself. We got to talk about that when he gets back on. He's not here to defend himself. So, hey, everything good with you though in the Como nephew?
Yeah, man, everything's straight, man. Just trying to stay away from the vid, and you know, practicing the social distancing, mask wearing when appropriate, man, and just trying to keep everybody safe and healthy through this holiday season, man, and hopefully everybody else is doing the same, man.
Yeah, just trying to be free, right? That's all we're trying to be free. And COVID free.
Yeah,
Marte, what's good down in that Texas?
Hey, everything's good out here, man. Y'all see the background. The anime of the week for me is Fire Force. Did not expect it to be this lit, but hey, it's one of them ones. I will say, whenever it comes down to a special shout out, I want to give a special shout out to the Arthur Boyds of the world, those who feel like they are a knight and life is giving them lemons, but they make lemonades. Really, really, for all you out there who battle with self-esteem issues, remember, like you got it, bro. Like at the end of the day, your power is gonna be greater whenever you're more confident in yourself. So outside of that, just the long story that's short. Just keep on pushing, keep getting better, and remember that you got it.
Hey, that's why I kept you for best for last. I gotta get it to him. Best intro right there.
Right.
I mean, are we ending the pod right now? Like, are we good? Like,
absolutely. We're ready to get started.
No, we just getting started, man. I'm just messing around. So let's get right into it. Let's talk about this versus battle, man. Who y'all got, man? Was it who is it?
Ashanti and
Ashanti.
Keyshia Cole.
And Keyshia Cole. I'll say this: do they have 7 hits between the both of them? I'm just asking. I don't know.
Asking for a friend. Asking for a friend. Right.
So I will say this: they definitely got both have 20 hits. I think we really need to figure out the rules of this versus as they continue on. Like, are artists able to use the songs that they've written for other people? Are they able to use like features, remixes? Because I'm not exactly sure what all the rules are.
Gucci did.
Oh yeah, you're right about that. Gucci did do that.
But I'll say this though. I'm for them having a versus battle, but I'll say this. What Gucci and G said, was it like 2 million, something like that? What was their number?
They were up there. They set a record.
So do you think this is the move after that high ratings to go to this battle?
I'm not.
Is a legit question.
I do. I personally would have picked something else, but I think that versus battle had so many tense moments. They wanted to do something to sort of bring it back to what the brand is, more of a celebration, because that's what the versus battle was all about when it originally was started. It's a celebration of artists in their career achievements.
I get that.
I think that's why they decided to go this way.
But the artist want a W. You want a W. That's a fact of life. You got to be a winner. You ain't come here no one comes for second place. So I'm gonna just say, Ashanti been doing the thing for a hot minute, but
Keyshia Cole.
Keyshia got some. Keyshia, okay.
Yeah.
So no disrespect. I'm okay. No disrespect to Ashanti because I think her music, her lane is dope. I don't think they're in the same lane. I think Keyshia Cole. Not to say Ashanti can't sing like that, but I feel like just if we in a room somewhere or we at the church, ain't no mic. But that don't have anything to do with hits, I guess, right? So,
but Ashanti was more of a let me kill this hook for you. Type like artist. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
But I will say this.
Soul had pop too, but I feel like she was more soul R&B lane in my opinion.
I feel like Ashanti has the bigger hits, but Keyshia Cole may have a little bit longer catalog as a solo artist. And to Adrian's point, when it comes to features and songwriting, when Murder Inc. was first on the horizon, I mean, Ashanti and Ja Rule, they did their thing. So, like, her first initial when she came out, there was nobody really messing with Ashanti when she came out.
But Ashanti, she's not a standalone. Think about it.
She's had some success, but
think about it. Think about it. When you think of Ashanti, you think about Ja Rule. You don't think about Ashanti by herself.
That is true. That I am a Ashanti fan, but I will say that it's true. I think.
But the Chris said something like a while back though. I think when we just watched the pod, we just watched it on together. It's about what order they play the songs, and they can orchestrate it in a way to, you play this hit, whenever they play it, they got to play it at the right time. I think it can go either way, but I think Keyshia Cole gonna edge her out.
Like straight up for me, like I can't choose anybody up on this particular group just on the grounds that I've had a crush on both these ladies, right?
Yeah. Can we just start there? Yeah, can we just start there? Exactly. Let's just start there. No disrespect.
Hey, my choice is both of them, but
nah, your choice is Ashanti. We know Keyshia Cole ain't all there. She a little crazy.
Hey, I'll take that too.
Yeah.
All right. All your clothes got bleach on them. You say that now.
Right. Hey, you know what's crazy is I actually listened to a few of Keyshia Cole's hits hits, and she has hits with P. Diddy. She has hits with Kanye West. So she's got a couple bangers that I forgot about. She got that I Don't Love You No More. She got that Last Night with P. Diddy. Like Keyshia Cole got a nice little catalog.
But she got a different grind than Ashanti though.
And her top two had to be Love and I Should Have Cheated though. Like those two. Like, those were some bangers when they came out, bro.
Absolutely. And my favorite Ashanti song is that Only You. That beat, when that beat comes on, like that beat goes hard.
I like that Rain on Me too. Like that was pretty dope.
They got some bangers. We'll see.
But back to your point you said earlier.
Anybody got some final thoughts on this, man? We gotta keep it moving, man. We spending too much time on this.
I don't want to be. I feel like this. Everybody gonna be depressed after listening to this verses, but there's so many sad songs.
Right. That's gonna be having a tire slash. It's the holiday season. You know what I'm saying? Like,
hey, get your bottle of wine ready for your ladies.
Yeah. Now you can't go out and chill in the COVID streets. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You gotta call AAA. Like, I don't know. Man. This might not end well, man.
Dude. If y'all had to pick another versus battle instead of watching this between two female singers, who would it be if you had to choose instead of Keyshia Cole's and Ashanti? Who would it be, real quick?
Mariah Carey.
Yep.
And anybody.
I said Mary J. Blige.
Mary J. and Mariah. That'd be dope. That would move the needle for me. This one, it don't do much for me. It don't move the needle for me. It's like watching mid-major college football. Like, like I watch, but I'm not getting much out of it.
Yeah.
No disrespect to them, but it ain't doing much for me.
I agree. Those two artists, Jeremy, would be spectacular to watch. If I had to choose any two artists to watch in a versus battle, I actually would pay respect to the deceased. I would do Michael Jackson versus Prince. I think that would be a spectacular battle to watch. It's phenomenal. There would be no loser in that one.
You know much shade to get thrown in that battle? That'd be so much shade in that room.
Oh, yeah. Like each other. At all.
I think that Prince may have been more talented, bro.
I would say yes.
I think Michael Jackson probably could play a lot of instruments, but he just didn't display it. I believe he could play piano and stuff like that.
He played piano, guitar, I know for sure.
Yeah, but no, I mean, as far as artists, all in, I might have to agree with that on the Prince thing.
Prince literally was his own.
He did everything.
Prince gonna bring out Morris Day on him.
As a true musician. I mean, yeah.
That would be tough.
You're not wrong on that. So okay, anybody else got a battle that they want to talk about? Because we gotta get into these football power rankings, man.
No, that's the battle for me that I want to see. I think that can probably realistically happen if they pay Mariah Carey enough money. I think it can happen.
Bro, that she would have to cut. They'd have to bring her out on like the little thing, like carry her out there. Yeah, man.
Yes, she gonna need too much meat treatment.
I'll help him.
Hey, I got one.
I wouldn't want to work the stage audio on that one because she'll snap on you.
Jeremy gonna be Jeremy and Martin gonna be oiled down, bring her down.
Right. We rolling all day on sync.
That's okay. That's all right.
I'm right there too. I'm gonna be right there too. I'm working on
push-ups. Overtime.
Push-ups.
Employee of the week.
Let me throw one more battle up in there. Well, two more, right? The first one would be TLC versus Destiny Child.
Okay.
Oh,
dream matchup.
Ooh. Okay.
And then this one's gonna be Icon versus Icon on what they did. But Beyonce versus Selena. I think that would be a dope battle right there, dog.
Versus Selena?
Yeah, she's dead, but I mean, like, see, Selena was that.
I was thinking Beyonce versus Rihanna.
No, but Selena was the Beyonce of Latinos.
Right.
Like she did all that. She was the first major crossover Latino artist. Yeah. She was the first one to go, I think it was gold at that point. Like
that was big, boy.
She was big.
Yeah.
You think Selena got more hits than Riri?
No. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying she was the first to do it. Had she not been killed when she was in her early 20s, possibly, you never know. It didn't get to play out that way. But she was on that trajectory. You got to look at the trajectory. Rihanna's jumped over more to the cosmetic side. She's getting into some ownership stuff, which is beautiful for her.
Yeah, Selena's a legend, man.
She kind of left the music alone.
Right.
Yeah. I respect that choice, Jamarte.
Selena laid that groundwork, but Shakira took her groundwork and put it on that next level.
Man.
Nah. Are you serious?
You can't compare those two.
No, if you talking about internationally,
hear that.
Shakira is one of the best Yes. Look at the numbers.
Gavin's right.
I'm not numbers, okay, but she was like.
I'm just talking about. But you have to understand that when you lose when you talk about numbers. It's how people feel. The people ultimately choose. The numbers don't matter. Listen right now. The fact that Selena is not here and we're still talking about her proves she's better than Shakira. So you can't even compare that.
I'm not saying that Shakira is better. I'm saying she laid the groundwork, but Shakira took that over and used that fan base and created, globally.
That's a different fan base.
This is discussion that I was trying to have with Chris. Just because you acknowledge that somebody has the record is the best, quote unquote, in that field, doesn't mean that has to be your number one or your best. But so Gavin, I guess, if she got the record, I just don't feel it like that.
Well, there you go. You just said it. You don't feel it like that. But on a global spectrum, other people feel Shakira like that, though. Like you looking from a United States perspective, her number.
I don't even care about the United States. I'm talking about my perspective.
Well, right. You're right. But but Shakira is on that level that over a global perspective, her name is there.
Well, sort of to your point, another artist that died early in the hip hop R&B culture was Aaliyah, and she's one of the world-renowned artists, but she.
Yeah, but that's not making your point. You shake your head for.
I like what he said. I like what he said. I can like what the man said. I feel what he was saying. I like Aaliyah.
She still gets respected, but her catalog is not as long because, unfortunately, her life was cut short. So, I do pay tribute to those who paved the way for others. But when you compared the longevity on catalog, sort of like Jay-Z and Biggie, Jay-Z has surpassed Biggie in my book just off the basis of his catalog and his longevity in rap.
Hey, Chris. Jay-Z passed Biggie about 10 years ago.
Your opinion. That's your opinion.
Oh, he did.
That's
a fact, not an opinion.
But you will have some people that are, will ride with Big. But
I think that's just people paying homage to Big because he was innovative and he had the wordplay. But if we talking just flat out work, flat out bars, flat out catalog, Jay did that 10 years ago, bro.
And all Shakira did was shake her hips. She ain't did nothing. She ain't got no voice. She can't sing.
Her hips don't lie. They the truth. Those hips is the truth. So I don't know why you hate.
Let me find out. Gavin got all Shakira's classics. All her number ones on the other side of the wall. Show us the other side of the wall, man. What's going on over here, man? This dude caping.
Gavin be in there. Gavin be in his room in the back. Gavin had a shower like this here.
Let's talk about the football power rankings, man. We out of here, man. We're talking entirely too long on this, bro.
All right, here we go.
So what's up? Y'all want to get into power rankings? Or just go straight into
power rankings, man.
Listen to power rankings.
Because I got some. Boy,
go ahead, pop it off, man. Pop it off.
Oh well, we can't start with the Cowboys. That's at the bottom, so we got to start.
Oh my God! Oh wow!
So,
Too soon, Gavin.
Bruh.
It ain't even been 24 hours yet, bro. I'm not over.
And so I can't even talk. We all gonna take L's this weekend. Seattle was in the same boat.
Yeah, man.
Here's my.
I'd be interested in hearing just everybody's perspective, but I think this is gonna shape up to be one of the more interesting playoffs that we've had in recent memory. There's a lot of parity in the NFL right now. And there's a lot of teams that are really good that aren't getting the credit that they deserve.
Cleveland.
And likewise, and I'll be the first to admit it, there's a lot of teams that are not good at all, that are in disarray,
Falcons.
that are abysmal, that get way more credit than they deserve or way more attention than they deserve. But since we're talking about power rankings, I'll go ahead and hit what are we going to do, 5? I'll give you my top 5. Number 5, Cleveland Browns.
Yeah, I like that pick.
9-3 in the NFC North against a tough schedule. And in spite of mediocre at best quarterback play, you look at a team that has the best running back duo in the league, one of the best O-lines in the league, one of the best pass rushers in the league, not so great in the secondary, but they're solid defensively. They're middle of the pack defense, but when you can rush the quarterback and you can run the ball, that's a combination, regardless of who's at those other positions, that's going to put you in a position to win games. Number 4, I'm going to go with Buffalo Bills. Josh Allen right now in my book is number 2 in the MVP running, and I'll get to the next guy. Josh Allen's solid. He's having a Cam Newton-esque 2015 type year this year. Just a tough dude, and you got one of the best defenses in the league. They're really coming on. Started off slow, but really coming on now. Number 3, Green Bay Packers. I mean, they got that man. That's a bad man over there. Number 12 slinging that thing, and they got the best receiver in the league for the past 3 years that nobody's talking about, Devontae Adams. Number 2, Pittsburgh Steelers. I know they didn't look good. They haven't played the toughest of schedules. Last 2 weeks, they haven't looked great, but they've been dealing with a lot of COVID issues, a lot of injuries. When Ben Roethlisberger's healthy, when Deontay Johnson's healthy, when Juju Smith-Schuster's healthy, they got the best defense in the league. They got 3 wide receivers that they can get the ball to, and James Conner's coming back from the COVID. 11-1, I think they're good. And then obviously number 1, you got that team out west, Kansas City Chiefs, with a who's who at every single position of the field. So, and not to mention got one of the best defenses in the league in terms of creating turnovers. So that's my top 5. Open for debate.
Who was 3? Who's your 3?
3 were the Green Bay Packers.
Oh, the Pack. All right.
So can I go next?
Yeah, Gavin.
Hold on, my list gonna be fast. My list is
go right ahead.
It mirrors Jeremy's. The only thing I would do is I would find a substitute for Pittsburgh. I think they're gonna be 1 and done or 2 and done in the playoffs.
I agree.
I just think
who you put in
for
there?
some reason. Yeah.
Who you putting in there?
Can I rebuttal? Go ahead, put yours in there. I'm gonna rebuttal though.
Honestly,
I would put.
I'm part. I either want to go Arizona or Baltimore.
I can tell you a team that could slide in there, but nobody's talking about.
What's that?
Lee would probably love me right now.
Oh, the Colts.
Don't you dare.
Listen, I'm a rebuttal to that. In all of the major sports, the position that matters the most in terms of
kicker, the kicker.
Rodrigo. That matters. The coaching matters the most is the NFL. Mike Tomlin has been one of the best coaches in the NFL for the past 10, 12 years, hands down. This is the same guy that kept all the Antonio Brown, Juju Smith-Schuster beef, Le'Veon Bell. He had Juju Smith, Ben Roethlisberger, and Le'Veon and AB under the same roof for years, and you didn't hear a word. God give him credit for that, man. I think the Steelers, man, they got one of the best defenses. They did lose Bud Dupree, but they're solid at all levels of the defense. They got a Super Bowl winning quarterback, Super Bowl winning coach. I mean, they're tough. But Gavin, in terms of your Seahawks, man, I've been seeing a lot of flaws, man. They can't run the ball. Defense is weak. You got Russ and you got DK and you got Lockett. All three Pro Bowlers, probably all pro players, but I mean, they can only do so much. If your defense is giving up 40 a night, you lose to the Giants at home. That's tough.
Buns.
Right. I mean, it's almost as bad as losing to Washington. I mean,
so who's up next? Who's up next?
I'm ready with my list.
We're on the clock, baby.
Mine's gonna be
so
quick.
let me. Go ahead, Gabby.
You got it, Chris. You got it.
All right, so mine's gonna be real quick. So coming in at the number 5 slot, I'm going with Seattle. I know they're coming off a loss, but I have confidence. They play in one of the toughest divisions in the NFL, so they do get my number 5 spot. Coming in at the number 4 spot, also in a tough division, I'm going with the Green Bay Packers. I mean, they've just been on a roll lately, and they play in a really tough division with a lot of great defenses. And they're a team that's more balanced with more offensive explosion. That's why I have them in the number 4 spot. Coming in at the number 3 spot, I'm going with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Throughout the year, they've been the most balanced team on offense and defense. They are coming off a disappointing loss. A lot of factors can play into that, but I think they'll rebound the second half of the year. Then in my number 2 spot, very underrated, the New Orleans Saints. I don't believe Nephew even had him on the list. I'm surprised. But Drew Brees, all the way. Their offense is explosive. They also play in another tough division. They're a team that's winning with a backup quarterback right now. So Taysom Hill. So and my number 1 team is the Kansas City Chiefs. I mean, they got the best quarterback in football. They got arguably the best wide receiver, arguably the best tight end, and arguably the best offensive-minded coach. So I do believe we're looking at a dynasty, and that's my power rankings.
I don't know. Your boy Drew Brees is another hit away from retiring, bro. I don't know about the Saints, man.
Up for discussion.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna go off of I'm gonna replace Nephew's Browns with them Florida boys, man. Tampa.
Oh, no.
Can't go against the GOAT. Can't go against the GOAT, baby. He got weapons, baby.
Hey, did you see him? Come on now. You said come on. Did you? I'm not. No. Okay. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Then I'm gonna go with Seattle because I believe in Russ.
That's what I'm talking about. Tell him.
You know what I'm saying?
Tell him.
Of course. See, this is at number 3. I'm going Pack. Rodgers is a champion. You know what I'm saying? Hey, it's something to be said. I don't care what you say about coaching, whatever. It's something about championship quarterbacks that know how to get it done. He's got weapons. So, my number 2, I'm looking at. I can't really ride with the Steelers, man. I believe they're fool's gold, man. Saints, not really.
Aints.
The Aints. Who else is out there, man? Who else is out there?
Kansas City is out there.
I already know KC. That's my number 1. Number 2 slot, man. I believe that if they could get Breeze back, I would rock with the Saints before the Steelers or the Raiders. I don't believe in the Steelers, man. They played trash this whole year.
Let me ask you guys this. For those of you that believe in the Saints and don't have an 11-1 team in your top 5, this is the NFL. Regardless of if you got 11 wins, I don't care if you playing the worst. This is the NFL.
And then they lose the first round.
What?
Who would they have in the first round?
But you just said they're gonna get a bye the first round. They 11-1. You just said it's something about championship quarterbacks. They got a championship quarterback and a championship coach.
And this is why I believe in the Saints, Jeremy. I believe in the Saints because they've been without their best receiver and still won. They've been without their quarterback.
They lost one of the games without Mike Thomas. They lost 2 games.
They've been winning with
Jeremy
players down.
Jeremy, hold on. Hey, what happened to the Saints past 2 playoff appearances? Back-to-back years, what happened?
Pass interference calls.
No, it's a loss. A loss is a loss. What happened?
Pass interference
I don't
calls.
think the Vikings will be there.
No,
this
Chris,
year.
answer my question. What happened to their past two playoff experience since they, with Drew Brees on the field? What happened?
You can say that for a lot of teams.
Nope, don't try to
There's
switch
only
it.
one champion.
And I'll say this.
Got a point.
What?
No, he ain't got no points. He won't answer the question. He's sitting there saying they're gonna do it without Drew Brees. And you got. But listen,
I will say this.
But you got. Go ahead.
I say this. You talk about New Orleans. I do not believe in New Orleans.
They can't get done. They proved the past 2 years they can't get it done. They can't get it done.
Don't have a solid defense. Alvin Kamara is not running the ball. Look at how they're winning games. They beat Denver. Taysom Hill threw for 79 yards. They beat Denver. Stop acting like he's lighting the world on fire. They had a weak schedule. If you're going to talk about an NFC South team, you want to talk about an NFC South team, as much as I don't like Tampa, you got to go to Tampa because at least you could say they have an explosive offense.
No, but Tampa's been beat by New Orleans, though.
You cannot say that about the Saints. You can't say that they're solid. They're okay to solid to good at everything. But at least you can say Tampa Bay is a great offensive team if they put it together. Now, AB's probably throwing some chemistry stuff in there. Time to build him in, trying to get him some looks. But at least you can say they got an explosive offense when they can get it all together.
The Saints were beating Tampa Bay 30-0 on their home field.
Yeah, I understand that. And then they turned around and beat Denver by what, less than 3 scores? Like it's the NFL, man. Like when the margin of error
without Drew Brees.
Listen, the margin of error is so small in the NFL. Okay, Dallas last night. You want to look at it? One of the worst teams in the league, playing against the reigning MVP, was down 14-10. That game became a 34-17 game because of missed field goals and turnovers. The margin of error is so small. If you make a mistake, they're going to make you capitalize. They're going to capitalize on it. So you can't say that they were beating them 30. Yeah, he threw 2 picks.
Well, you can't say that. If that's the score, you can say it.
No. You can't say it's 30-0 as if that's the norm.
Josh, you muted.
Good point.
I'm sorry. I was talking to Leighton. I said, "Get her out of here."
Oh,
okay. Get him out of here. I was saying, Marte, you got anything you want on your power rankings, or we gonna ride out? We got Marte and Adrian. He already went.
I'm good.
Gavin already went. Yeah. So let's close this out, man.
Hey, honestly, I don't have anything new to what everybody's already said, bro. Only thing I got to say is that the number 1 team for me is the Kansas City track meet. Kansas City track team. Like
that boy fast,
they out there.
Are they playing turf? Are they playing? They playing indoor arena.
Man,
run and gun, boy.
That boy's fast.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And what makes it worse they got everybody locked up for the next. They got Hill locked up for another 3 or 4 years. They got Kelsey locked up for another 3 or 4 years. They got Mahomes locked up for 10, 11.
My homeboy.
Man.
They got
I'ma tell you
locked up too, bro.
Hey, y'all power rank is gonna change next year. Y'all gonna have Denver and y'all either 4 or 5 next year in y'all power rank.
Hey, you know what, man? I feel like all these teams that we talked about, I would say that the Bills are a sleeper. We didn't. I like that pick, nephew. I would say that. I like Adrian picking the Ravens. I would love to see for my guy to get some playoff wins, man. I want to see him succeed, man. But I just hope if he misses the playoffs again, it doesn't start messing with the mental. You know what I'm saying? Like, because he's already thinking about it. He's already made that comment. Like, he's kind of feeling that pressure. Like, I gotta win a playoff game or something like that to that extent. So hopefully he can persevere that. I think who's on the bubble? I don't know. Arizona. I think somebody mentioned them.
I did. I was torn between
that's
Boston,
like a sleeper pick, man.
Baltimore, Arizona. Yeah.
Tennessee is on the bubble too.
Tennessee's right there. So yeah, I mean, it's just when you get to the top 5 at this time of the year, it's really only gonna be, everybody's gonna just have really the same ones in there.
Chris, you meant the Derrick Henry Titans, not the Tennessee Titans. You said it wrong. You said it wrong, Chris.
You're right on that. You're right on that.
Hey, what stiff arm, bro?
Oh man.
No, Nick Chubb. Hey, Nick Chubb was better. Yeah. Nick Chubb's stiff arm was better, man. Nick Chubb got him to do neck, and he got more yards after the stiff arm too. Go back and watch that one.
Nice one too, bro.
Yeah, man.
DK just had another one too.
Hey.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
So yeah, man. So speaking of stiff arms, hey man, what y'all think about? I know that Joe Biden talking about that stiff arm on that 50,000. He said, no,
hey, look here. Look here. I don't want nobody to come through and block my blessing. Because I really need this, man.
We got this man in here. This is what he does. This is the first thing he does is disrespects us. Come on, man. He said $10,000. I said, does he know how much college costs? Does he know that? Or
hey, but who wasn't offered? But no, some dude's somebody said trying to give him to 50.
Well, just give you some time. Just to give you some context.
50,000. Yeah. Chris's corner. My bad. I'm sorry.
No, you good. You good, brother.
So, my bad.
But just to give you some context, the person who they're talking about is Senator Minority Leader Chuck Schumer. He's been pressuring President-elect Joseph Biden to forgive up to $50,000 in student debt. And they say that this can possibly impact up to 40 million Americans. Can you believe that? Now, on the Hill, they said that President-elect Joe Biden has already committed to waiving up to 10, tremendously help impact the economy and help several families that have been going through a lot of adversity this year. But we just wanted to sort of have a hot topic on that tonight.
Man, real talk, you ain't lying. It's gonna help 40 million people. It's gonna jumpstart the economy, and that's with this pandemic. That's what we need right now. Can you imagine you wipe out $20,000, $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 right now in debt for some people? They can start. They can buy their kids the shoes they want to get their kids. They can actually do some things, enjoy life a little bit instead of worrying about
kids. They can actually have kids. I know people that are still waiting to have kids. You know what I mean? That they're like, yo, I got to pay this loan, or I got this debt, whatever. So I feel you, man. That I definitely, those same people are going to be buying houses now instead of paying $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 on a student loan. Which, let's be honest, we basically got coerced into signing this note because this was what our parents were told. Or whoever was told, You have to have this piece of it. You have to have this 40, 60, 80, whatever $100,000 piece of paper in order to go get a job for someone to tell you what to do. We'll talk about that on another episode. But
I say
come on, man. That's disrespect. 10K is disrespect, man. I'm sorry.
I say the only way the 50K work is if they make they have to make it retroactive. So they have to go back and give, people some tax leniency, like 30-some% on their taxes. And if they want to make it 50%, because you don't have people complain about I paid mine off. Why was it?
Okay. I see what you're saying.
So you have to go. Yeah. You have to go back. I don't know back to whether it's 80s, 90s, so make that retroactive and help those people.
That's a good point. That's a real good point.
So I think that'll be huge.
Because I'd be ticked off. I'd be ticked off, and I was like, "Yo, I paid this off, son. What?"
They can get it done.
Well, actually, I fall in that category. I paid off my student loans. Fortunately, I only have an undergrad though. But
round of applause.
I'm still in favor. I'm still in favor of the $50,000 debt even if it doesn't impact me, because I know there's several family members and friends that it will impact. Like I know there's several parents that have had to take out a Parent Plus loan. So if they could even be included in that, that would be beneficial to several households. And I would be surprised if it didn't have an impact on more than 40 million Americans, because so many people go and get continuous educations and they have to take out loans. So I think this is a must that Biden, if he gets this approved, I don't believe that the Republicans will ever win another election.
Okay.
But that boom that it'll have on the economy, it'll be over time. I know people think it won't be immediate. You know, they won't say, oh, that money is gone, let me go get, you know, these credit cards, this house. You know, they're gonna have more money to slowly trickle into the economy, and so it won't have that quick impact that people think it may have. I think so.
Like straight up, bro. Like whenever it comes to this piece, like especially for marginalized communities and people of color who go to college and that's in debt, like I think it can have like a huge impact when it comes to just having like breathing room and being able to invest into other things outside of the norm, right? Because being able to say, okay, I'm going to now put this money into a house. I'm now going to be able to put this money into doing something that's going to allow me to make more money so I can create generational wealth.
You can have a savings in general.
Right.
So like, savings, thank you. Like,
additional with it, I think it has a very big impact. If people just trick it off, then like it's for naught.
Yeah, see that? Yeah.
You're gonna have something to do. You know you're gonna have someone that's gonna do that. There's always some people.
So, learn. But no, man, I love that point, Jamarte, because that is definitely true. So yeah, man, I think that was very insightful, man.
But like with the people it's going to affect such a significant amount of people. I'm confused on why there's folks that are truly fighting this so hard. Like I get it, you don't want to pay for somebody else's education, but that almost tells me where we're at in society now. Which with everything going on, it tells me how negative people are. It's only about themselves instead of just. Can you imagine how much better it would be for everybody if they're like, well, I'm out of debt of this much money, you know?
Gab, not to cut you off, but it goes with what you're saying. What did when ancestors were in bondage, right? What did they do? They kept the education away from them. What's equivalent to that? What's happening right now? They're making education cost so much that only the elites. These people have literally been in college. These colleges are named after them. You know what I'm saying? The whole hall is dedicated to them and everything. And yet you're gonna now, not only were you held me back for so many years, you're gonna charge me 60 grand on top of that just to get in to get that piece of paper, man. So yeah, I totally.
But this goes along with, you know, the inflation of tuition costs in any college. I was talking to somebody who graduated from Mizzou back in around the 70s or the 80s. A total of 4 years, their grand total in loans was $10,000 when they graduated.
Stop it.
But now you take that inflation now, it's what is it? It's 10,000 a semester. Or you know, if you're trying to live, you're talking 40K when you get done, possibly.
Yep. And that's if you go to a public school like Mizzou, a public school. Can you imagine going back to a private school like all of us went to?
Yeah. I mean, and then out of state tuition too.
I ain't gonna lie, they had me set up nice at Culver, so I can complain, but not too much.
You was on that track scholarship?
Yeah, a little bit. I was on the debate team too.
Hey, I do want to add this though to Gavin's point. It's sort of interesting to see if people are opposed to this, because normally, as Adrian mentioned, you might not see the trickle down effect happen right away, but over time, you know, to those business owners who own stores, you should see that people start to spend their money in other avenues. So it will benefit everyone. You know, if we have money moving throughout our economy, it's only going to benefit everybody. It's going to make the home real estate value go up because people are able to buy. It's going to help stimulate the economy. So I think this is a plus for all parties involved, even if you're not directly impacted by the.
Here's why the other side are opposed to it. Free stuff. They equate this to people getting free stuff, and that's why they said, and that's the main reason why they're going against it. I paid mine off. I worked hard, but you know, a lot of people, you may graduate $40,000 in student debt to where your job only pays you $36K a year. So you do the math, and you got to have a car, a place to live, utilities, you know, food, clothing, you know, just everyday, you know, medical bills. So that you're not gonna, and plus, you know, you got 40K on the interest on that, maybe what 8-10% on that. So you're paying the interest before you even hit the actual loan. So you know, in the perfect world, if I borrow 40K, I want to pay back 40K. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but you got to get those people who think you're getting free stuff to understand that, you know, I didn't sign up to be in debt my whole life. You know, like you said earlier, we were told this was the route we had to take, so we took this route to get this piece of paper. You know, and so if you get everybody on board, I'm not asking free stuff. I'm just asking for some relief, some reprieve from these loans, and these bills. You know,
and a lot of these loans were signed when people were 17 years old. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these students, just like the credit card, as soon as you get to college, all of a sudden you get blown up by the credit card company. All this stuff is a game. Like it's not just by happenstance. This happens. They know these are young kids with no credit, so they gonna burn it up, whatever, man. So it's just.
Let me ask you a question though. Who signed up for them free credit cards outside Subway? Who signed up for them? A credit card for a free sandwich.
I never got the credit card yet. Not there. Well, I'm trying to think. Did I sign up for anything crazy?
They posted, you sign up for this, you get a free credit card. Man. I said, man, my name is Jason Smith. Let me give you my information, man.
Yeah, they couldn't even look you up like that. Yeah,
just give me my sandwich.
I know.
What
chicken teriyaki, baby.
Jeremy, what's up? What you think? What you saying?
No, I think it's a large portion of it is everything that you guys have said. I definitely agree that, you know, the cost is a way to keep the marginalized groups out of the education realm or the advanced education level. I also think it has a little bit to do with, you know, in terms of erasing or waiving a portion of that or up to $50,000. I think a lot of it has a lot to do with not wanting to relinquish that power, because as long as you can keep your neck on someone and say, yeah, you can't get in because of this, you know, how many homes have not been bought because of that debt to income ratio? How many credit scores have been affected? How many interest rates on that car loan that you just got have been affected because you still owe $30,000 to Joe Schmo University, where that piece of paper, and you're working an entry-level job for 5 years while the guy that fresh off the street, because he knows the guy in HR is your boss with no education. So I think it's like you said, it is a game, and there's levels to it. And I also think that, you know, we as young Americans have had a louder voice now than ever. So, and I think we proved that when we went to the polls. And I think that this is the time that we have to hold those elected officials accountable for those things. And we gave you this office. We put you in this position to succeed. Now help us succeed. And I think we have to start holding these people accountable. We have to make sure that we do do our due diligence, do our homework on these elected officials before we put them in office. But at the same time, give people a chance to grow and grow into the person that they're becoming. I tell you right now, I wouldn't want to be judged for the guy that I was 20 years ago. But also, at the same time, you know, I have to own my mistakes.
It does say something about your character.
So,
because you know, the thing about it is, and I want to kind of, I love everything you said. I think we got a definite quotable out of there, but What I would want to say though, just a little pushback. Think of you wouldn't want to be the person that you were 20 years ago, right? But I would be, because I know you, the groundwork, the morals were still there. I think some of these people, there's no morals. It is what the perception is reality. This is their reality. They're just evil people. And so like they should be judged on that.
No, and that's fair, but also that's fair, but also you don't want to be judged for who you were 20 years ago, but you also want the opportunity to grow, and the decisions that you make from then now allow you to be judged for the person that you are now. And a lot of these people, to your point, the same decisions they were making 20 years ago, the decisions they were making 20 years ago, they're still making the same ones or even worse.
Right.
So
and now it's on a bigger level because they're getting more money or more power or whatever.
Absolutely.
I'll just say this: the 50K, in my opinion, will be a huge investment in American people. You know, as a government, they take chances of so many, you know, CEOs, CFOs, and all these other big wigs who cut themselves checks from the bailouts.
Right.
You know, so
give our general. Go ahead, finish, because I love what you're saying right there, man.
Yeah, so just treat us like the stock market, man. You invest in us, we only gonna increase your profits, right? You start us at zero and see what happens to the American economy.
I promise you. I promise you. So yeah, I love that. Give this generation a chance. I feel like our generation, we was the ones that was like the computer was kind of like, huh? What is this? But we grew up with it. You know what I'm saying? So we know the other side of like the actual phone that you got to do this with and everything like that. But then we grandma's house. So we like bridging that gap. You know what I'm saying? So, man, I thought that was real dope, man. Give us a chance, man. Invest in us, man. We already popped off Facebook. The age that you see right now, everything digital. I really believe this working class group of people and younger, like you pointed out, nephew, the younger voices, younger Americans say, no, we here. I went to a protest that was so dope in Kissimmee, Florida. Shout out to Kissimmee, Florida, man. Went there when the George Floyd thing, everything popped off. And bruh, this thing shut. If you ever been to Kissimmee, Florida, you'll know what 192 is. 192 is like state. It runs through it takes you to Disney, basically. So it goes through Kissimmee, it takes you to Disney. And there was this big intersection, Orange Blossom Trail in 192. And these young group of people, Black, white, Hispanic, Haitians, everybody, like shut this big intersection down. No violence. Everybody was peaceful. People were honking their horns and agreeing with the protests and everything. And I know that's just a portion of it, but just to see so many faces and to have like a non-violent type of protest, I really think it's a disservice, and I really feel like it's a missed opportunity if I guess we would say our current president or former 45, he missed a big opportunity to really do something powerful with that moment. And I think that his legacy will forever be tarnished because of that. Even though he likes to beg to differ and say that he's done the most for whatever. I think it's those type of things when there is civil unrest, that is what's going to get us as Americans to the next gap. But anyway, man, sorry to go on a tangent, man. I just wanted to really just give some game on that or my perspective. Hopefully y'all took some nuggets from that. Anybody else got closing thoughts on that? Because I feel like that was a dope discussion right there, man.
Yeah, I just throw one thing in there, and this is for any young Black man or any future athlete who isn't financially literate yet. Learn about financial literacy, especially when it comes to loans and your scholarship. Do not let them increase your loans to increase your overall scholarship amount. That's what was done to me. I'm in debt because I didn't understand the financial literacy portion. Sit down with somebody who's aware of these pieces. Stay away from private loans. Stay the heck away from private loans. If you don't do anything else, those have to be repaid. Get your federal. Make sure that you have those. Anything that can be forgiven, and it's lower interest rate. So those are the only things I want to say. But parents, make sure that you're financially you're literate and know that they're targeting your sons, in particular, Black men going to private schools. Just because you're going to a situation where you get to sign the piece of paper and get to say, yeah, I got me a scholarship. Nah, it ain't all that sweet, because a lot of times that scholarship that you set up with is going to put you in debt. I went to something called the what is like the Whitney Plantation. They broke down to me it's something called penniage. It's another form of debt, which where they would give you things in order to keep you more in debt. So in essence, they're putting us in penniage, and also another form of slavery. Whenever it comes to this financial, become aware. Man. Become aware.
Yeah, I love it. Marte, woo!
That's what I'm talking about.
Woo! Dropping gems on it. Hey, we're gonna have to put that Whitney Plantation. Please, we're gonna have to drop that in the link for y'all. If you would be so kind, Marte, send that to whoever. We're gonna put that in the link for y'all, because that was definitely some nuggets right there. That boy dropping jewelry on him. Yeah. Appreciate that. Everybody, I really feel like, again, that was a dope discussion. I appreciate that. And really, for me personally, just to kind of close this out, unless Gavin, you got anything you want on there, or anybody want to add anything?
Man, that's I'm excited to see where things go. So I mean, yeah, I'm ready to see what happens, see what direction this country can get in with people coming out of debt, and see what changes can be made for the future.
Man, yeah. So definitely, I think investing in the young Americans that are trying to let their voice be heard. We got the gap bridges, whatever that is. That's what we are, man. Hit us up, man. Give us a chance. Creators, you're seeing a whole new, just different revolution, industrial revolution, we're in the information age right now, so take advantage of that. Remember the financial literacy, man. That piece right there, bro. That piece right there, man. Not only for the students, because again, go back to one of our previous pods. This is not being taught in the schools. You know what I'm saying? So we have to go to local community programs, or our uncles, or somebody who is a little further along. That's the problem. We can't be too. We have to humble ourselves, man, respectfully, to be like, I literally don't know how to do this. What is this? Help me. Don't be afraid to ask for help. You know what I'm saying? And that the Whitney Plantation piece, man. What else? We got education. I do believe it's important. I know it's definitely something that everyone needs. I just feel like that's a expensive piece of paper, man. But I am grateful. I feel like I wouldn't be in the position I'm in today had my parents not made the sacrifice and really encouraged me and pushed me to go. So shout out to Duck, Donald Osborne Sr., you know what I'm saying? Rest in heaven. I'm out here, we doing it. And Mama Sue, Jenny Mac, thank y'all for everything. So we here.
Hey Josh, I just wanted to say one more thing real quick. And I just wanted to add that as far as student loans when you're going to college, sometimes you'll hear people that are already in school, they'll be telling you take out the max so you'll have some money to live off of, on them. So just make sure that you don't always listen to your peer group.
That's like
you said, do your research, because you eventually have to pay that loan back. So a lot of people may not be aware that they had to pay that money back, and they take out thousands and thousands of them.
That's a good point. I used to be mad when I see guys getting like those $800 reimbursement checks, not one-on-one, until I started like getting more literate as I went through college. I was like, oh, that's not my money. I was like, nah, I'm good. I never got a refund. Check me get $800, $1,000. I'm like, I thought it was free money until I started reading up on it. But now, that's a good point, Chris. Tell them if they get their reimbursement check, you either hold on to it when you're all done and pay it back, or just send it back and pay it back in that moment. You know, don't sit there and
Right,
don't spend it.
because that will actually build your credit.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So that's a nugget right there. But yeah,
pay it back at monthly installments. Give it back to me monthly installments. You know.
But that's what everybody was out there. Everybody had to do.
Or like Chris said, Or don't take out more.
Shoes on or whatever.
Don't take out more than what's necessary.
Yeah. If you learn a little bit about stocks, if you wanted to take a chance, you could look at investing a portion of that money. I wouldn't invest it all, but just to invest a portion of it so to grow, it could potentially grow more than what you took out. So those are a couple of options you could research and look into.
Yeah.
Just on one of those things that Josh, you hit that point of what's taught in schools. And I never really thought about it till the way you presented it. What's actually taught in schools is just about going to the bank and getting that checking account and that credit card, which are things that the bank's gonna put you down river to owe them anyway.
But I'll say this: it's people look at it the wrong way. What's being taught in schools? It's a trickle down effect. It's what the government tells us to teach, the curriculum.
Right.
So we don't control. Like you said, you got to look at the government and what we're being forced to teach. You know, some people say we don't teach toward the test, but come on now, you got MAP tests, you got EOCs, you got other state exams that you teach toward in order to get certain percentages from the government, so they know you're learning what you like. Look at Texas, for example. Texas all took in some, I don't know if it's the whole state, but some counties they all but took slavery out of the textbooks. You know what I'm saying? So
wow.
So now you
South Carolina too.
Yeah. So you can look at the school to a certain degree, but the home people in the home lives, the parents have to teach these kids about this stuff. And if you don't have anybody, whatever local community centers can teach you, whatever, anybody, you got to find somebody in your community that knows about, financial literacy, and the school is good for certain things, but it doesn't teach you everything you need to learn in life. So high school in itself is foundational. Is what you do with it is up to you.
I agree, and I think it is a huge thing of what you're taught at home too. I think you can't put that pressure on teachers to because, and if you look at it from a certain aspect, as a parent, maybe my philosophy that you're teaching in school is not my philosophy at my home. So I can see where there's a thin line with that as well. So,
and it's some parents who don't even know their kids' schedule or what class their kids in until their kids fail in the class or get in trouble at school. Then they become overly concerned about what's going on. You know what I mean? So it's about the parents being attuned to what their kids are being taught, and it's about kids having that thirst for knowledge to want to learn more. Because you throughout high school, even I remember high school until now, when I see kids learning, you get a snippet of things you should know. And something should spark or pique interest. Like it's a kid in one of the school, can't say his name, protecting like legal reasons, but he checks his stocks every day, high schooler now, because he's in tune to he wants to be financially literate. He wants to learn the stocks. He wants to learn quick dumps, like far as make the fast money. He has in long-term stocks. You have to want to learn this stuff, So you get older, then you get penalized. Oh, why did nobody teach me that? And I say, okay, why did you seek this knowledge?
Mm-hmm.
It's 50-50 in my opinion.
Yeah, and to that, you don't know what you don't know. You know what I'm saying? So it's like sometimes that life is the best teacher, and it comes hard and fast, boy. And some people don't bounce back, man. I met a young man tonight, man, that was, just maybe 40, homeless, just doing bad, man. Like it's just that fine line. So man, I just really
hold on, but here's go ahead, Jeremy.
No, I just wanted to piggyback off of what you was talking about, man, and I 100% agree with what you were saying. Like, yeah, we can give them all the content that we want in high school, but at the end of the day, you said something, do that independent research. I think more importantly, we need to help students learn how they learn.
Yeah.
Like, what is the best mechanism that helps you get the information that you need to acquire to make the best decisions that are going to benefit you not only today, tomorrow, but 10 years from now. Like, you need to learn how to learn. How do you learn best? And I think that that's lost a lot with what you what you were saying earlier about, you know, we have to teach this stuff because this is for
this test,
teaching towards this test, and this, that, and the third in terms of federal funding and things like that. And it's a shame because I think what gets lost in that is the individual. And I think that's why most educators, 90% of the educators that I know, they're in it to help students. And I just think that you made a great point with that.
Hey, bro, let me add one thing to that, fam. Like, on a real note, we even have to make sure that our students have their basic needs met. If you don't have your basic needs met, you're not going to be thinking about these classes. You're not going to be thinking about what these algebraic equations. You're not going to think about Pythagorean and theorem. You're going to be thinking about, like, nah, bro, I need to eat. My mom and daddy, they hungry. I'm hungry. My little brother.
That's real, man. Maslow's hierarchy, man.
Here's a quotable. Before I forget, teachers are underrated, man, and underpaid, man. Salute to the teachers, man. Y'all, dude.
That's
true.
Great. Appreciate
counselor, mentor. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro.
Listen, we had kids during when we had our break, Jeremy, the COVID break, because we had to shut the school down. We had kids working full time instead of doing schoolwork. Yeah. Now you got kids missing like 31, 40 some odd assignments, you know, because I'd rather get this money than do this English, math, and science. I got an opportunity to make more money, you know, and that's a lot of their and their driving force. And for me, you know, I tell students, I say, be a kid now. You have your whole life to work because you're going to be stressed out by the time you're 21 or 22. I understand the need to work, but for now, be a kid, you know, and, you know, this is the world is so different now. You know, I had a huge motivator to get money, but it didn't eclipse like sports and hanging out, you know. I had my first job and I was like in 5th grade. We were passing out flyers for this pizza cake restaurant and putting it on doors, you know. Then that transited to selling candy, sweeping up barbershops, doing like different things. But I don't know. You like you said, you got to find what motivates these kids. And, you know, like Jamarte said, you know, outside factors, needing food, needing clothes, lights turned off. As a teacher, how do you tell a kid no when they come to school, you know, wearing the same clothes or smelling the things? You really can't fight those forces. So it's tough. It's an uphill battle, you know, and it's hard. Like you said, you got for the most part, Jeremy agreed, most teachers teach to the middle because you can't reach the higher achieving kids and worry about these kids. You can't go low, then the higher achieving kids get bored. It's so weird, and somebody's you're gonna lose somebody somewhere, you know. And it's tough.
That's definitely a hard balance.
10% rule.
That's a tough balance, man. So, hey, Gavino, you got anything in regards to the military? I know you're a military man. In regards to college tuition, man, what's up with that military discount, brother?
Man, well, hey, the military don't get no discount because you paying for it. I'll tell you right now, in all honesty, when people join the military to go to college, understand that that's just like a contract, like it is anywhere else. So you ain't going to school and then all of a sudden, something pop off, but I got school on Thursday. No, the Army gonna come collect, the Air Force gonna come collect. You won't have to go, but they will pay for it. They got up to, each branch does a little differently. Usually the minimum is about $60,000 in taking care of your school loans. Like they're gonna pay that towards that. If you in long enough, you get free education. You can get the SGLI, and they'll pay for it. States, that's on the federal level. They even have that on the state level. If you're in the reserves or something like that, they'll pay for it on the state level. They'll get you tuition assistance and stuff like that. Now that does add to your contract, but it takes care of you. So if you
so what about if your parents are in the military?
If your parents
If
your parents in the military, so like I'm in the military.
If they don't use it. If they don't use it, does it pay for their dependents?
Yes, it does.
Sure.
Yeah, you can. It's almost like willing it. Like you can either give it to your dependents, and it can be, you can give it to your wife. You
Oh,
can
yeah?
give it to your wife, or you can give it to your children, whoever needs to use that education fund. You can do that to take care of your folks, your peoples like that. So, I
Can
mean,
you backdate that?
Right. Yeah.
Adrian asking for a friend.
Exactly, for a friend. I just want to know.
I'm just saying, legally,
Hey, it's up to the age of 26, bro. I was looking hard, man, as a first gen student up until the age of 26.
Yeah. First gen students. Hey, shout out to all the first gen students.
Hey, I could have cashed in on that.
Graduators. You know what I'm saying? I'll stand up. You know what I'm saying? First in my family to complete. Finished in 4 years. I should have came back for that 5th year shirt though, man. Grown man out there.
I was like,
I'm
done.
worth it.
Right, I got out of there. I got out.
Hey, but look, if you ask Rick was like, man, I should have left when y'all left. Rick would probably tell you that.
Yeah.
You know,
I bet.
Rick was the dude his last year, couch surfing out there.
I'm sure.
He will always practice just chilling.
Shout out to Rick.
Yeah, man.
Rick was a refugee.
That's what we got, man. What y'all want to end it on that? Anybody got any closing thoughts?
Yeah, I just want to say, man, I love these types of segments. These segments
this
here.
One got real. This one was dope.
Everybody gets talking, dropping nuggets. I have so many quotables that I took away from.
Drop some, man. Drop some quotables, man. Give me some quotables, man.
So a couple of quotables I wanted to drop right quick. So a lot of people may not know that about the military. I didn't know that, if your parents were in the military and they don't use it, they can pass those benefits off to their children. They can pass it off to their spouse. I did not know that. That's a quotable. Another quotable is know how you learn best. So that's key. Whenever we're talking to people, we're talking to our youth, we have to know and identify how they learn, and they have to know that too, so they can retain the information. So just a couple more that I want to give is don't rush. If you can, don't rush to be a grown-up. So, enjoy your youth while you can. Enjoy the experiences of being in college, being with your friends. But you don't want to be in a rush to get caught in this cycle of paying bill, because it never ends. I can tell you that. I'm about 12 years in, and I get those bills every month. And just so many things to talk about that I just loved on this podcast. I'm sure there's plenty of more that I missed. But I appreciate y'all dropping these nuggets of wisdom on me tonight, and it gives me something to really think about moving forward.
No doubt, man. I appreciate that. I think that was dope. Anybody else? Marte, I know you got something over there for me. What's good?
And this one been growing on me through the conversation. Like, I want to give us all a challenge to make sure that we're supporting our brothers, our brown brothers and sisters, especially those who are immigrants. Like, I have a newfound appreciation for the struggle that students of color who are immigrants, that they go through on a day-to-day basis, especially when it comes to being the translator for their family, being the person who pays all the bills, being the person who does absolute everything, being the caregivers, and they don't have an option of saying, I'm not going to help my family, because they're the transition, they're the bridge between their family and survival. So if you have a student who is an immigrant, well, who family like has the immigrant background or some association, try to give them a little bit more love and try to make sure that you're supporting them in a different way, because a lot of times, like, they really, really don't have anybody else to describe the things that they're going through. So that would be the only thing that I would say as far as my final words. Then also make sure that you're paying attention to the language that you're using around some of these different racial groups, because that's something that I realize a lot as well. Like, people really be saying some trash things when it comes to different races and not understanding the struggles.
Yeah, I agree, bro.
Yeah, so check your language and realize that the struggles for people, especially immigrants, and knowing that their family may be deported, especially as a student, like, how would you navigate that? Thinking about like the effect and the trauma that would have up on you. Yeah, bro, like, we need to put some respect up on our students who are dealing with that now.
Yeah, man, I totally agree. Anybody else? because we about to get up out of here, man.
That was a good segment.
Yeah, man, that was real good segment. Appreciate that, Marte. Man, I was just with somebody the other day, man, on that disrespectful piece, man. It's just like, if you are a brother to us as a Caucasian or whatever say, a white brethren, man, if somebody's saying something crazy, speak up in that same lane, man. That's the only way we're gonna get rid of this racism. That's the only way we're gonna get rid of this bigotry. Instead of just laughing at these kind of racist jokes or these jokes about immigrants or whatever, if you see something, check it or disassociate yourself from these people that are keeping these things up. That's the only way we're gonna move forward as a country. I know it seems far off, but if we can all just levitate the mental on a higher than what you're seeing in the physical, I think we'd all be in a better place. But definitely, man, to the youth out there, shout out to y'all. Keep letting your voice be heard. You are the difference. You are making a difference, and we're here to support that. To all the immigrants out there, our brothers, our black and brown brothers, like mine, man. We in this together, but hopefully we're doing this legally. You know what I'm saying? And that's what to me, that's what America's about. You know what I'm saying? People coming over here with their cultures, celebrating each other's cultures. Not saying I don't see color, because you do. Trust me, you do.
You don't see color. What the hell you do at a stoplight? That's my favorite.
But celebrating color and celebrating culture. So do yourself a favor during this holiday season. I know Chris wanted to talk about, we might do this on the next one. Talk about our favorite holiday moments, but learn about somebody else's holiday, even if it is through Skype, whatever. Pay attention to what's going on and help somebody else out that's next to you. And we were getting out of here, man. It's a few of my friends. Chris is over here laughing.
What you doing,
Gavin,
Chris?
I don't know what he got in his background. I don't know what that is, Gavin. What's in your window, man?
Oh, you mean Black Santa?
Yeah, man.
For you. Don't get it twisted. Black Santa ready to go now. It's a holiday for our household. It's Black Santa.
I thought that was Jerome Martin, fam.
Bro,
Not Jerome on Martin.
That's Hustle Man. That's Hustle Man. That ain't.
Is that a beard or is that a COVID mask?
you got to get a better Black Santa than that.
That's a whole beard, boy. Black Santa. Get it
Oh
on.
man, he got that silky. Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
The A's did right there.
Yeah, man. Anyway, we out of here. A few of my friends
Like,
subscribe below. Yeah, subscribe, share, all that. We appreciate y'all. We out of here, man. Bless.